Phil Spencer said that more single-player games are heading to Xbox. This is from Alicia Judge over at IGN. It says, Xbox chief Phil Spencer has promised on Twitter that strong single-player games are a key focus for the platform and will be for the foreseeable future. After a Twitter user asked whether more single-player games will land on Xbox in years to come, Spencer replied, quote, yes, I can confirm. With the additions to Xbox Game Studios, we have a lot of teams that have built strong SP-focused games, and we want to continue that, end quote. By name-checking Xbox Game Studios, the 15 third-party studios that Microsoft's acquired over the years, it would seem that Spencer is promising platform-exclusive single-player experiences as opposed to games like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Control, which will both launch across Xbox, PC, and PlayStation this year. Adoy, right? I think it makes sense. PS4 has built all of their success on the back of a strong single-player focused first-party lineup, or strong single-player focused exclusive lineup. And so it would make sense for Phil Spencer to look at that. I mean, it doesn't take like an industry analyst to look and say, PlayStation sell many single-player game, good. We want to be good, so we sell single-player games. Like, there's a transitive property to it, guys. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at what PlayStation has done. They've doubled down on the single-player market, and they've made it awesome, high-quality games. And so it makes sense for Phil Spencer to say, we're focusing on this. It's clearly what gamers want. It's clearly something that sells. And we clearly haven't found a lot of success in some of our standing exclusive titles. So, yeah, it makes sense. But I also think, and this is something I've been saying for quite some time, like, no console right now, neither console maker, neither PlayStation or Xbox, really has a solid games as service kind of game. And I guess on the one hand, that strategy makes a little bit of sense, because it's like, well, if we have one studio that creates a game that really just like dominates our player base, then it's going to impact the sale of our other games that we of other games that our studios are making. So I guess on the one hand that makes sense, but on the other hand, it's like there are tons of popular games as service games that people invest tons of time and tons of money into. And why are these platform holders not investing more time, money, and energy into IP that can stand as a game as service? I know that's a dirty word to a lot of people, but I don't think it necessarily has to be. You think about a game like The Division, which has a fan base that loves that game. I mean, obviously, any fan base is going to have complaints. You have games like Destiny. I think about games like Rainbow Six Siege, which has stood the test of time for years now, and has continued to build their audience. Like, as much as I want to see more single-player games coming out of both PlayStation and Xbox, I just think it's a missed opportunity at this point for these platform holders, these publishers, to not say, well, how do we break into this games as a service space? But I'm excited. I'm excited for what Xbox has in store for the next generation. I'm excited for the coming E3s where they're going to, or whatever, industry event's going to be taking place, where they're going to reveal these games. I think they have a large and awesome pedigree of studios to parade before us the work that they're doing. And so I believe Xbox when they say, hey, we've got strong single player stuff. The article goes on the list, like, you have Ninja Theory, who made Hellblade. They are currently working on, and shit, I can't remember the name of that game. Ninja Theory. It's something Blade, I think. Oh no, it's Bleeding Edge. Which is a multiplayer game. But they have Obsidian, who did Fallout New Vegas, In Exile, doing Wasteland 3. Double Fine is working on Psychonauts 2. They have their quadruple A studio, The Initiative, that's working on some stuff. So a lot there's a diversity of studios that are working on on titles. I would love to just see one of them be like, we're going to try to tackle a game as a service, and not this like bifurcated Gear style or Halo style. This is a shared world, something Destiny-esque that we're going to just try to pull people into. And I thought for a moment that Halo Infinite may be moving in that direction. I'm less confident in that now, but yeah, I'd love to see a mix of it from both. And look, people will probably, fans of PlayStation will probably hate that I'm saying this. Like, I would love to see a studio at Sony tackle a game as a service. We've gotten a lot of like over the shoulder third person action from PlayStation exclusives this generation, and that's awesome. I'm fine with it. I've loved the exclusives we've gotten on PlayStation, but I'd love to see more of a diversity in those libraries. Variety is the spice of life, baby. That's why I play just exclusively Overwatch and League of Legends.